Colossyan is an AI video platform built for corporate training teams. You give it a document, a deck, or a script. It builds a video with an AI presenter reading that content out loud. Their own homepage says it plainly. Create high-quality training in a fraction of the time. That sentence is doing a lot of work. Because the number on the pricing page and the real cost of a finished video are two very different numbers. I went looking for a proper Colossyan review and kept finding the same gap. Somebody left a comment under one of the big comparison videos back in February. Their words, roughly, none of the other YouTubers cover the cost versus the limits. Nobody ever replied. So that is what this is, what Colossyan actually is, what it does, what one finished minute of video really costs you, what the limits genuinely cap, and what people who already paid for it say afterwards. There is one detail buried in the plans that changes the whole calculation. I will get to it in the middle. It is the reason the word unlimited shows up on that page at all. Let me start with what this tool is for, because that alone rules it in or out for a lot of people. Colossyan is not a social media tool. It is not built for ads, and it is not built for short vertical clips. The homepage aims squarely at training employees, partners, and customers. The logos they show off are Johnson & Johnson, Under Armour, Continental, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, and UPS. That is a learning and development product, and the whole design follows from it. You will see that in the features. Course creation sits right next to video creation. There is SCORM export, which matters to exactly one kind of person. Someone loading finished courses into a company learning system. If you have never heard of SCORM, this tool was probably not built for you. That is the first fit question, and it is free to answer. Now, what do you actually get without paying anything? More than I expected, honestly. The free starter plan lists 15 custom avatars and 3 voices, plus brand kits, 10 interactive videos a month, 15 auto-translations a month, and unlimited course creation, 20 minutes of video generation on their standard model, no credit card required. For a small team testing whether AI training video is even worth pursuing, that is a genuinely useful trial. Most tools in this space give you 2 minutes and a watermark. Colossyan gives you a watermark too. That is the catch on the free tier. No watermark removal and no unlimited MP4 downloads either. So you can build the thing and you cannot really ship the thing. That pushes you to the paid plan, which is exactly what it is designed to do. Here is what the pricing page showed at the time of recording. Professional sits at $59 a month with the yearly toggle on. The page advertises about 34% off for paying annually. $30 a month for each extra member, up to 3 editors. Enterprise is a conversation, not a price. What $59 unlocks is the practical stuff. Watermark removal, unlimited MP4 downloads, 5 SCORM exports a month, AI image generation, so the free plan builds and the paid plan ships. Now the part nobody says out loud. That professional plan includes 40 minutes of video generation a month, 30 minutes on their standard model, 10 minutes on the newer one. Divide $59 by 40 minutes and you get about $1.48 per finished minute of video. I want to be careful here, so I checked it against someone else's arithmetic. A competitor's comparison blog published this August lands on the same $1.48 figure. 2 roads, same number. Think about what that means for a real job. A 10-minute onboarding course costs you about $15 in generation and eats a quarter of your monthly allowance. Do 4 of those and the month is gone. That is not a scandal. It is just the actual unit price. And it is the number that decides whether this works for you. Which brings me to the word unlimited. Higher tiers advertise unlimited video minutes, and a viewer asks the obvious question under one of those comparison videos. What is the catch? There has to be one. There is. Colossyan runs 2 avatar engines, the older one and a newer one that is noticeably more realistic. The unlimited claim applies to the older engine. The newer engine stays capped at roughly 10 minutes a month. 3 separate review sites reported the same cap this year. GWID in February, who also put it at 120 minutes across a year. Toolfinder Lab in June. Hayfish in February. When 3 independent write-ups land on the same limit, that is the limit. So unlimited is real, and it is unlimited on the model you probably want less. That is the catch, and now you have it. Let me get to what people actually say after they have used it, because that is where a review earns its keep. The praise is consistent and it is specific. On G2, the product sits at 4.6 out of 5. One review, round up in May, counted 187 reviews, averaging 4.7. Reviewers keep naming the same 2 things. It is easy and it is fast. People who are not video editors produce finished training video without help. The multilingual side gets real credit. One reviewer on TrustRadius ran the same content through Colossyan and a direct competitor. They scored Colossyan 8 out of 10 for dubbing. Users also named the scene-based editor and the animation markers, which sync animation to the script. There is also a pattern worth noticing. One analysis found that reviewers at companies over 1,000 employees averaged 4.77 against 4.6 overall. Satisfaction goes up with company size, which fits everything else about this product. Now, the complaints, and there are real ones. The most specific criticism in the whole field comes from G2's own pros and cons page in April. 25 separate reviewers flagged a lack of emotional depth in the avatars. Not one grumpy reviewer. 25, all pointing at the same thing. Pricing structure is the top dislike theme on the same site. The avatar library is smaller than the competition. One May review put it well. The quality is there, but the quantity is not. A March comparison put Colossyan's library below a rival's 230 plus. Cloning your own face is the weak spot. That same TrustRadius reviewer who gave dubbing 8 out of 10 gave custom avatar cloning 5 out of 10. Audio cloning got 7, so the stock presenters are strong and the clone of you is not. A Gartner Peer Insights review in June complained the delivered video fell short of what the input deserved, and G2's pricing page notes the trial restricts preview attempts and limits you to a single custom avatar. That frustrates people trying to iterate. One thing I want to flag honestly, Trustpilot shows 4 stars, but that is built on 7 reviews. 7. That is not a score, it is a rounding error, and anyone quoting it as evidence is stretching. So who is this genuinely for? Picture someone running learning and development at a company. They turn documents, decks, and standard procedures into consistent training video, often in several languages. They need SCORM export into a learning system. Colossyan is aimed directly at that person. Everything I have described is built around that job, and the people doing it rate the tool highly. Who should skip it? If you make ad creative or social content, the corporate register is wrong for the work, and reviewers say so. If your main need is a convincing clone of your own face, the users who tested it rate that lowest of everything. And if you produce a lot of video, run the per minute number before you commit. Unlimited stops meaning what you hope it means at exactly the point you start needing it. So the short version. Colossyan is a strong, easy training video tool with a genuinely generous free tier. It works out at around $1.50 per finished minute, and the unlimited label only applies to the older of its 2 engines. If that fits your job, this saves you real time and real money against filming. If it does not, no amount of interface polish will fix the mismatch. I have put links to everything in the description. Some of them are affiliate links, so I get a small commission if you use them at no extra cost to you. Tell me one thing in the comments. How many minutes of finished video does your team actually need in a month? That single number decides this for most people, and I would like to know where you land.